and welcome to Yan Food Times. I traveled to Europe, so let me share some of the things I had. First up, let's start at the airport. I tried Portland coffee roasters for the first time. I just ordered a drip coffee with a splash of 2% milk. It was nice, solid, bold, and I added a bit of sugar this time because it was quite strong. However, it was still enjoyable and it didn't leave a nasty bitter aftertaste. I got apple juice as my first drink and they added ice, but luckily I was fine and it made the juice less sweet, so that was good. I ordered a mushroom pasta dish and it was like ravioli to me with more cheese on top. I didn't know it was that cheesy and I didn't really like it because it felt too heavy for me. The salad on the top left corner was good and refreshing because it was tangy and sour. I skipped the bread because it felt very hard. In Amsterdam, we weren't too hungry and wanted the most affordable thing at the airport, and it was Burger King. It was a bit more pricey than it was in the States, but the kids' meal was a good portion and it was quite full from that. Nothing outstanding though. When we arrived at Prague, it was already late, so we bought some cold cut meat and ate it with the veggie spread sandwich we got on the plane from Amsterdam to Prague. It was very flavorful and the spread didn't feel very heavy. It went well with the cold cut meats and they weren't that salty either. For breakfast, we went to the basement of the hotel and it was set up nicely. There was a cereal and pastry section, bread area, hot foods, and a nice amount of cold cuts, cheese, and fruits. The coffee was also nice, but if you don't want that, they have water, tea, and juice too. I love the sausages, they were really good and it snapped nicely, very different than my hometown. I also liked the egg and how it was still a little runny. I knew I had to walk and sweat a lot more than usual, so I ate a hearty breakfast. For lunch, we found a restaurant that had some outdoor seating and it looked nice and we just tried it. It had some traditional Czech food too, so Dad got a goulash with very tender meat and I got a duck entree. I didn't read carefully and realized I got half a duck and a massive plate of sides. The duck was pretty good and flavorful, overall not too rough. The sauerkraut was extremely salty and the dumplings were bland and they were just dough to me, but you're supposed to eat it with the sauce and other things. It was a good experience, but I was quite full afterwards. My raspberry lemonade was nice and refreshing too, not too sweet. We joined a tour called Gate 1, so we had our first dinner together. The pear juice was delicious and tasted like real pears. The pea soup was very salty that I couldn't finish. The main dish was turkey breast and that was very rough and dry. The salad had a very strong vinaigrette dressing and the potatoes were the best in my opinion, seasoned and cooked wonderfully. The cheesecake was light and airy, but I was too full to finish it. The next day we had breakfast at another hotel since we changed, and this area had more options. The fruits and salads were very fresh and I liked the potato crisps and again, their pear juice. After the walking tour at the old town square, we saw a long line and a smoky smell. We ordered their hot dogs and it came with mustard, ketchup, and a piece of bread. The texture of the sausage was nice, but it was on the spicier side. Thank goodness for the bread. We then went to a well-known cafe in Municipal Cafe. The environment looked lovely and it had live music too. If you ask for cake, they would bring a cake trolley over and you choose. I got the chocolate hazelnut and it was light and it had a nice and strong hazelnut flavor, not artificial. I also ordered a cappuccino to go with my dessert and it went really well as this was a stronger drink and having something sweet with it was great. The coffee actually also came with a cookie and that one was okay. For dinner, we ate with our tour team and we ate at an authentic Czech restaurant. I had soup and the meat and veggies were delicious, but they added too much salt. The pork chop was massive. It was thick and cooked quite well. The flavor was good and it wasn't too salty. Shocking. Underneath was a bed of potato salad and that was super refreshing as it was a little tangy. Lastly, we had a honey cake. It was on the drier side, and since I'm not a fan of honey flavored things, this was not my favorite. However, if you love honey, I think you will appreciate it more. Alright, that's all I ate at Prague. What did you think? Please share, and thank you for watching Yan Food Times.